Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar hosted by the Retirement Advantage. Today, we will be reviewing the integration processes and systems to maximize the value we deliver to you. My name is Bill Sunigal. I'm the Marketing Communications Director for the Retirement Advantage. Today's panelists are Kyle Hazen, our Integration Leader, Linda Springer, our Director of Finance and Accounting, and Adrienne Kupta, our Processing Manager. Before we go any further, I just wanted to review the functionality of GoToWebinar. Now, your active participation is very important throughout this session. Right now, I have everyone on mute just to avoid any background noises that may distract you from listening to the webinar. You do, however, have the ability to submit questions using the chat or questions pane located near the bottom of your control panel on the right-hand side of your screen. You can enter your questions and comments in either of the boxes throughout the presentation. Your questions will be answered at the end of the webinar during the Q&A session. I would now like to hand the mic off to Kyle.
Thank you, Bill, and good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to start off by thanking everyone for joining us today, and we appreciate your time. This afternoon, we'd like to share with you some background on who we are at TRA and some enhancements you can expect to see as we continue the integration of the applied plan administrators into TRA. Next slide, please. One more, Bill. One more. Thank you. To give you just a brief overview of who TRA is, we celebrated our 20th anniversary in 2016. TRA started doing administration back in 1996, and over the last 22 years, TRA has continued to grow to the leading third-party administration firm we are today. We currently administer over 7,500 plans with more than $7.5 billion in retirement assets under administration. In addition to providing front-to-back consulting and administration services for defined contribution plans, we also offer actuarial services in-house and are able to fully administer defined benefit and cash balance plans. We administer various types of defined contribution plans as well, including, but not limited to, traditional safe harbor 401k plans, simple 401k plans, 403b plans, and multiple employer plans. On the defined benefit side, we administer cash balance plans, frozen defined benefit plans, and solo defined benefit plans. TRA is the nationwide TPA with individuals located across the country. Our headquarters are in Port Washington, Wisconsin, and we have offices in Appleton, Wisconsin, Bingham Farms, Michigan, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Next slide, please. As a larger organization, we focus on efficiencies. By doing so, we are highly departmentalized. As a plan sponsor, you have several departments here at TRA assisting in the servicing of your plan. Here are the few that directly affect the administration of your plan. Our plan administration department is one that you are likely to become most familiar with. This team of employees are the individuals that you'll be working with on a day-to-day basis, and also the team that will be completing your annual compliance testing. By now, you've been contacted about the assignment of your dedicated client relationship manager. This is your day-to-day contact for all your plan administration needs at TRA. In addition, a compliance analyst will work on the actual compliance testing that is required of your plan. I'll work on your plan from testing to contribution calculations to distribution processing, go through our quality assurance department to ensure the accuracy of the work being provided to you and our plan providers. Although our plan installation department's main focus is on transitioning new plans to TRA, they also assist when our existing clients convert assets from one provider to another. Our document services department ensures your plan document is updated as needed per ERISA regulations and will assist in any requested or required plan amendment preparation. Our dedicated processing department handles all of our transactional type items. All loans distributions will flow through the processing team. This allows our plan administration department to focus on keeping your plan in compliance and assisting you with any plan questions. You'll soon be hearing from our Director of Finance and Accounting, Linda Springer, but as you may have guessed, our accounting department handles all of our invoicing and receiving of payments. Questions on invoices can still be directed back to your client relationship manager, but for payment on any invoice or to request billing information, you may speak directly with our accounting team. I will now turn it over to Linda Springer to discuss a brief overview of our accounting department.
Thank you, Kyle. With any change of this type, it's only natural that some of the first questions that you might have are around the area of fees and billing. And one of the first questions that you might have is, will my annual administration fees change? Most of you have already been billed your 2017 fees in the same manner that you were accustomed to while you were with Applied Plan Administrators. And we've been taking the past few months to get to know you and your plan better to determine if any fee changes are appropriate. In the next few weeks, you'll be receiving TRA's Plan Service Agreement, which will include your fees for the 2018 plan year. One change that you'll notice is that our fee schedule format is different. For example, a typical TRA fee schedule doesn't include a separate charge for preparation of the Form 5500, as we include that with our base annual administration fee. In general, though, aside from the changes to the look and feel, and also keeping in mind that changes in participant counts will cause a change in your fees, there should be only minimal changes to the total amount of your fees. One of the more significant changes will be the timing and frequency of your invoices. Unlike APA's practice to send a progress bill in December and then a final bill after your compliance testing in 5500 was completed, TRA's standard practice is to bill for services on a quarterly basis, and so we'll be transitioning you to our standard quarterly billing cycles. The exact timing will depend on your plan's year-end, but since most plans typically follow a calendar year, I'll be providing an example for plans with a December 31st year-end in just a moment. As you probably already know, TRA sends its invoices electronically via email. And as I've already mentioned, in the near future, you will receive a plan service agreement from TRA that will ask you to execute and return to us. So here is a look at how the timing of TRA's invoices will work for the plans with a December 31st year end. As I said before, our practice is to bill quarterly throughout the plan year. We feel that this provides the benefit to you of spreading out your fees so that you are able to budget easier. If you had been with TRA already prior to the beginning of calendar 2018, you would have been invoiced for the first quarter of the 2018 plan year in March, the second quarter in June, and so on, so that by now you would have already been billed for the first 3 quarters of the year, with the final quarter being billed in December. To get you caught up to our billing cycles, you'll be billed the entire amount for your 2018 plan administration this December. After your annual administration work's been completed in 2019, if it's necessary, there will be a true-up bill to either bill or credit you for any adjustments that might be due to a change in participant counts, for example, or additional testing that was required beyond what's included as part of the annual base fee. Then for the 2019 plan year, you'll follow TRA's standard practice of being billed quarterly, and your 2019 fees will be billed in March, June, September, and December. The timing of the billing will be adjusted similarly for plans with year ends other than December 31st, and your client relationship manager will be available to explain it to you, as well as answer any other fee-related questions that you might have. Next, I'd like to talk about the different options that TRA offers for you to pay your invoices and manage your TRA account. If you'd prefer to not have to even think about it, we can set you up with automatic ACH. With this option, you'd complete an authorization form, and once that is in place, we would initiate an ACH withdrawal from the bank account that you designate approximately 10 days after the date of your invoice. This still gives you time to review your invoice and clear up any questions that you might have prior to the payment actually being made. If you would like to set up automatic ACH, please email the accounting department and we'll send you the ACH authorization form for you to complete. We also accept credit cards. One way to pay by credit card is to call TRA's toll-free number at 888-872-2364, and you'll be directed to a member of the accounting team who will take your information over the phone. I'll talk about another way to pay by credit card in just a few moments. Of course, you can always make your payment via a check, which you would mail, along with the remittance portion from the invoice to our lockbox address for payments as you see on the screen, and which is also on the remittance portion of your invoice. Note that this address is for invoice payments only. Please don't mail plan contributions or other correspondence to this address. Finally, one service enhancement that TRA is pleased to be able to offer you is our online payment system, which we call My Account Link. And this is where you can view your TRA account history, your open invoices, and pay any open invoices with either a credit or debit card or by authorizing a one-time ACH withdrawal from your bank account. You see on this screen a snapshot of what the home page looks like when you're logged into My Account Link. I do want to emphasize that use of My Account Link is totally optional. You're not required to create an account. And so if you don't think this would be beneficial or the most efficient option for you, you don't need to do this. However, I do want to make you aware that it is an option that we offer. And on the next couple of slides, I'll give you a brief overview of how it works so that you can decide up front if this is an option that you'd find beneficial. To set up your access, you can either open up a web browser and enter billpay.tra401k.com into the URL bar, or you can also access it directly from TRA's website, tra401k.com, under the Login drop-down at the top of our homepage, where you'd click on the My Account Link Login button. From there, you'll be brought to the Welcome Login screen, where you would click on the Create an Account link that's underneath the login box, and then follow the instructions to set up your access. To do this, you do need to know two pieces of information. One is your 6-character TRA account number, and the second is your billing address zip code. And you can find these on your invoices. Then, once you're logged in, you'll be presented with different options. You can see a snapshot of your invoice history with TRA and whether you have a balance due. You can also view the details of a particular invoice. And of course, you can make a payment on any open invoice via either your credit or debit card or by an ACH withdrawal from your checking account. If at any time you decide that you would like to set up a login for My Account Link, your client relationship manager or anyone on the accounting team will be happy to assist you with setting that up. Finally, I just want to mention that our accounting team at TRA is always eager to take your emails or your phone calls to answer any questions that you might have regarding your invoices or how to make payments. At this time, I'll turn the presentation over to Adrienne.
Thanks, Linda. Bill, you can move to the next slide. We at TRA have a dedicated team of transaction coordinators who will assist you in processing withdrawals, loans, and other types of transactions from your plan. We coordinate with plan provider partners that hold your plan's assets to ensure that transactions are processed according to the provisions established in your plan adoption agreement, that participant vesting information is accurate prior to distribution, and that you or your plan trustee approve of the request. Much of our work in transaction processing is driven by the procedures and policies established by your plan provider or investment company, so our processes for each plan we service will vary. We'll be working together with you as transaction requests are submitted to our office so that we can process in the most secure and efficient manner possible. Once processes are established, you can expect that transactions will be processed through TRA in about 3 to 5 business days, and that's following the date that a request is submitted to TRA or through your plan provider's website if that's an option for your participants.
Thank you, Adrienne. Linda and Kyle, we'd now like to open up for some questions, and it looks like a couple of questions have already started to trickle through. I'll go ahead and read these off, and then the respective party could answer them. First question, am I still going to be working with the Applied Plan Administrator's staff?
This is Kyle. Yes, all employees are still with TRA and will continue to be so. Although they may not be your day-to-day contact, they will also be working on the annual testing for all plans.
Thank you, Kyle. Next question. Will you still have the Bingham Farms office?
Yes, the office will remain open at this time.
Thank you. Next question. What if I can't reach previous administrator and I have an urgent question?
So we have a fully staffed client relationship team that can handle any and all plan-related questions. You may contact our office here at 1-888-872-2364 and ask to speak with a client relationship manager.
Thank you. Next question. What if I lose or lock up my password for the Plan Sponsor Link website?
If you cannot access the Plan Sponsor Link website due to login credentials, remember to use the Forgot Password option link in the login screen. This will generate a temporary password for you. As a reminder, your username will always be the email address we have for you on file.
Thank you. It looks like this one will be for Linda. Are my fees going to change?
Yes, thank you, Bill. All plans have been reviewed and are in the process of being assigned an appropriate fee schedule with the overall goal of minimizing any changes. However, since participant counts or other factors for any given plan might change from year to year, your fees could be adjusted either up or down accordingly. And your client relationship manager will be able to discuss the specific fees applicable to your plan.
Thank you, Linda. Next question. If I have a participant with distribution form questions, who should I direct them to?
Questions on distribution. Sorry, Kyle.
Go ahead, Adrienne. Sorry.
This is Adrienne. Yep. Questions on distribution forms can be referred to first to your client relationship manager, and then your client relationship manager may work with individuals in processing to get more specific answers that relate directly to the plan provider you work with.
Thank you, Adrienne. And it doesn't look like we have any more questions in the queue. I'll wait a couple minutes, but if there are no other questions, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this webinar session. If you'd like to continue the conversation, you can contact your dedicated CRM. And just to let everyone know, I will be sending a follow-up email with a link to review the recorded webinar, as well as a link to view the presentation deck to everyone that attended. Again, we appreciate your time and participation. Thank you very much, and have a good rest of the day.